Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in Hutan Pantai. I am currently hauling a load of wood from the field. This is going straight to the sawmill and there's still so much to load. I'm getting desperate. But in any case, this is another truckload off the field, and every truckload off is another truckload that is already done and needs not doing anymore. Wow, though, that was quite an archaic way or an old way to say things. I've been listening to some audiobooks in the past few months, days, weeks. Isaac Asimov, The Foundation, if you are familiar with it, and yeah, Isaac Asimov did use language like that because these books were written quite a long time ago. I'm not exactly sure how long ago, but a long time ago. You can believe me that. In any case, I will see you at the sawmill. I'm expecting this load to fill up our sawmill quite up to the brim. So let me position the trailer in a way that it's all gonna be unloaded in one big swoop. I am mainly loading, or mostly loading, the bigger branches and logs, and the smaller branches I am leaving at the field. Wow, a huge moth just flew by my head. Alright, so let's see. 114,000, so... and 119, so we got around 20,000 liters from this load. Okay, before I do anything else, I want to check on the temple construction yard, even though I do think, yeah, it's still going through around 10,000 liters of planks and wood beams. So what I do want to do is, let me fold out the plan for you. So, sugar beet is here. We can't harvest sugar beet until October, so there's that's still a long way to go. But there is, I think, sunflower. No, also not. Wheat. Okay, there is wheat harvesting season in July, and I will try to get a contract of some sort for wheat harvest, so I can show off the NEXAT pack just a little bit, because I am... Is this flooded? Yeah, it is. Because I do have it, and I guess it would be kind of sort of interesting to show it off for you. So if any one of you can't afford it, or don't want to buy it, or just want to see what it's all about, I will do a small in-game presentation. And for this, let's skip the night. ZZZ, yeah, we are sleeping. Right, so first of all, let me check the used vehicle section. There is nothing right now. Alright. And so let's check the contracts. Can we... There is nothing. There is absolutely nothing in the way of harvest. What? How does this work? This should not work. Look at that. There are plenty of fields ready for harvest. What? Okay, well, that kind of puts a how should I say, No, 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 not sell, visit. So this kind of puts problem. I can't flood it. Why can't I flood it? Is this already... Oh, it's not the flooding. Yeah, so you only flood fields for the first 3 months of the growing season and then you don't flood them. Okay, so my plan went to waste. Let me check. Can I refresh contracts and get something better? Cultivating, harvesting. What do we harvest? We harvest canola. All right, that's one option. That's it. And this is now the harvesting of spinach. I will not do that. Well, that's highly disappointing. I really don't want to harvest. Which field is it actually? Farmland 40. Is this one right here. I want to do a bigger field. How do I do that? Let me check the crop types. Okay, so wheat. There's not much wheat to harvest. Barley, no. Barley is field number 4. And what do we have here? Field number 7. Okay, what about oat? Oat is field number 36 and field number 9. So what's the growth stage? Okay, so both fields are ready for harvest. So why don't I go ahead and simply buy this? I will add 300,000. I think we're gonna have enough. And then I will remove 300,000. So let me just add some money. Let's go 400. And then I'm gonna remove it at the end. 400,000, add. Good. Now let's buy field number 9. Yes, and let's go get the NEXAT pack. So to get the NEXAT pack, you have to scroll all the way down under miscellaneous, and then you have this. The first thing we need to lease, we're gonna lease everything, is this machine. This is the base machine. Let's lease it. Yes. And then I need the grain hopper. This is this machine. Again, lease it. And then I need a header. It's gonna be this one. So let's lease this. So I have spent 56,000, almost 57. I'm gonna add this money in. So we have basically leased the equipment for no money at all. Now let's go get it. Let's go see it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the NEXAT pack. At least one part of it. So you have a cab. It's actually articulated, or it goes up and down. It swivels left and right. There are some huge wheels with a lot of nuts. And there are some training wheels at the back. They do look like training wheels, don't they? And this is actually the holding unit, or the space where the grain hopper is gonna go, and these are the rear wheels. Now, when I turn this on, you're gonna see the kind of strange way this machine behaves. So let's enter it. This is how it looks like from within. It's actually very similar to a combine harvester's cab. Not much different. Alright, and now I want to unfold it so I can actually start coupling things up, because I need to move sideways in order to couple things up. So let's unfold it, and the unfolding procedure is very interesting. So it puts some legs down, it lifts the wheels up and spreads them apart. First at the front and then at the rear, I think. So let's watch the whole process. Oh, it starts at the back. And then at the front. And then the last thing, the cab turns around and we have the machine in working order. Now, when you turn the steering wheel, look at how all the tires are facing, and it's a very, very interesting way of facing. So the turning circle is quite tight, but when you turn the wheels the other way, you can see it moves in kind of a funny way. You have to anticipate it for proper operation. Okay, and now let's try and hook this up. And I think, let me just go out, I think, yeah, it's facing the wrong way. Okay, so challenge. Let's put this back in the traveling order. Okay, and now we are in drive position. So even in the drive position, you can see how strangely it all moves around. You can see where the cab is and how the wheels are turning around. Yeah, and when you go from one thing to the other, your cab moves sideways. So there's a lot to get used to with using a machine like this. Okay, and remember, our wheels are back there and the cab is over here. So let me rocking around the Christmas tree and it's Christmas. Oops, and I have already hit the header with my cab, but I think this is gonna be proper now. Just about. Okay, so let's unfold the NEXAT base machine and let's try and hook it up. If I'm not mistaken, there are some guidelines that you can use to actually connect to the hopper, and as you can see, yeah, it's really difficult. So I wonder, you connect the things the same way as you would normally do, and now I have to go get the header which is again facing the completely wrong way. So let's just try and go around. In any case, I really do wonder how do you learn to use a machine like this? Right, rocks, of course. How do you even wrap your head around it? Because this is not moving around as you normally would. And I actually, yeah, I'm very interested. Has anyone seen this or used this in real life? Because it must be quite a thing to use. Yeah, I think I'm kind of sort of badly oriented for this. Yeah, okay, I'm making such a mess out of this. I'm usually quite good with driving and moving things around, but this is giving me some issues. Alright. Now, can I fold it up? Yes. The answer is yes. So you press the same button as you used to unfold your base machine to actually fold this up. So it folds up quite neatly. And now let's get going. Oh man, this is so strange to drive. Let me check where do I need to go. So I have bought field number 9, so I can go. There are some interesting roads. Okay, so let's go. Let's go down to the right. And now, the same as you would be driving a bus, you need to take quite a wide turn and then, yeah. So how does it look like from the inside, from the outside? Okay. Disclaimer number 1, this machine is not for tight roads. It's built for wide open expanses. So there has been talk about a expansion or a pack or prairie harvest pack or prairie farming pack. There is little known about it at the moment. But I think the prairies are wide open expanses of land, and machines like this might be used in that manner. Definitely not in Japan. Yeah, definitely not. Now this is gonna be fun, going around this farm. This is actually one of the farms you can buy and start your work in Hutan Pantai. It's actually quite a nice farm. Good. All right. So now I have arrived at the field, and again let's unfold the harvester once again. I will disable swath, enable. Yeah, this is disabled. And I do want to help myself with guidance steering. So let's go to steering assist. Let's show lines. No offset, work direction automatic. Oh, you can change this too. So let's leave it at automatic. Let's have 3 headlands. Working width is normal 14-meter wide, so it's a huge working width. Again, you start the machine the same way as you would any other harvester. So let's try and get going. And let's enable guidance steering, and this is us harvesting. And I can disable it like this. Yeah, I have a button mapped for this. Hey, look at that. Wow, beautiful. And this is how it looks like from the inside. So there's one thing noteworthy: you can actually turn your cab all the way around and then go backwards, so you can adjust your view while you're actually harvesting. I think this is one of the better sides to be turned on. And first row done. Now I have no clue how far we are off the field. I think I need to move over. So it's very, very difficult, at least for me it is. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's very, very difficult for me to have a decent depth perception. Okay, why doesn't it want to work? Okay. Well, I missed a bit. I'm gonna get it the other way around. So a field like this, if I would be harvesting it with my regular setup, the regular combine harvester, this would take a very, very long time. And in a setup like this, I am guessing it's gonna take a lot less time, because it's 14-meter wide and it has a huge grain hopper. There are some combines comparable to this. This is, of course, the truth, but this has different attachments, so you can sow with it, you can cultivate with it, you can hoe the fields, so you can clean off the what are they called, the weeds. You can spread slurry, you can spread fertilizer. You have all these different attachments that you can put on this machine, and so you have one machine and you have many different uses. As compared to the combine harvester, you have one machine and it's basically one use, maybe two uses if you count for example corn crops and sunflowers, and then the cereal crops, which are of course different, and you need a different header, but the machine stays the same. And in the NEXAT pack, well, as you have seen, there are a lot of different, you have a lot of different options, which I find very, very interesting. Okay. And again, it's a really, really weird way of turning around. I do understand why the wheels are positioned the way they are, but it doesn't make it any easier. So of course I am driving in the crop a bit because of my incompetence of using this harvester. Okay, so let's go. I guess the first row or the first headland is the toughest, because we don't really have much space to turn around, at least not in this map. But if we would be in a in an American open expanse map, that would probably be quite a different story. So we are currently 11,000 liters full, and we have just passed 33%, which means we have about 33,000 liter capacity in the grain hopper, which is a lot. Usually combine harvesters have, at least the big ones have, from 15,000 to maybe 20. I'm not exactly sure about that number, but it's definitely not 30,000. So it holds a whole lot of grain. Okay, can I connect it? Yes. Somehow it doesn't want to find its path. Okay. Perfect. Of course, you would not manually guide a machine like this. You would use GPS. That's just a given. The only manual thing, I suppose, is getting it to the field and then getting it turned around and then reconnecting or re-enabling the GPS. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. I will probably not be using it. Maybe for a mission once or twice, or maybe for a roleplay purpose somewhere, but otherwise, yeah, nah. Alright, and I can continue, so I harvest the last bit that I missed previously. Right, well, I think it's time for a time lapse. Coming over with the trailer. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to take all the load out of the harvester, but I think it's gonna be enough to finish the field. Now, I have never unloaded the NEXAT, so let's see if I press. Oh, this is the auger. Oh, all right. So this is how you can move and unload at the same time. Good. So let me try and put some of the grain out of the machine. All right. Again, I'm not gonna be selling or making profit out of any of this today, because as you have seen, I have just cheated a whole bunch of money in. I'm gonna sell the field, I'm gonna put everything as it was, but the purpose of today's episode is to actually show off the harvesting with NEXAT. And I believe, at least for me, it's quite an interesting thing. Look at that. Yeehaw! So what are you doing there at the back? Ooh, what a nice harvesting field we have. Oh, come on. Good. So the last pass, I'm gonna take you on a ride with me to do this last little bit and to put the verdict on this NEXAT machine pack kind of thingy. It's interesting. It's very interesting, and I guess at least in some countries as the United States, this is going to be the future of farming. I kind of doubt this is gonna catch on in Europe and other places around the world because of the limitations of the road, the transportation network and everything. But yeah, I do kind of feel that in US this might be the future of farming, so why not? Everything must evolve. The first combines were, well, the first it was hand thrashed by people, and now later on we had horse-drawn combine harvesters or thrasher units, and then we have we had the combines you are very familiar with, and at last we are getting this. This is how it looks like, the grain in the hopper. So basically we got the whole field in one and basically 1.5 hopper. Awesome. So yeah, the future of farming. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun. I hope you learned something new. I will now reset everything. I will sell the field back, take away 400,000. I will return the leased machines, and I will discard the grain that's in the trailer. So we're gonna be back to square one as if we have done nothing. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun, and see you next time. Take care and goodbye.